Thanks everyone for being here. I just wanted to take the opportunity to get our partners together and come out and talk a little bit about some of the planning for the election season here in Portland. We have a long history of working together. The folks you see behind me, we've had a good working relationship. We expect that to continue through the election period. Our overarching goal, as always, is really for safety and to have a safe election period here in the city of Portland. We at the Portland Police Bureau have canceled days off to have additional staffing on hand. We're working very closely with one another and other partners and elected officials to make sure we have the operational resources on hand that we'll need, and we're coordinating operationally and communications-wise as well. We realize here that this election season could prompt people to be upset or excited about election results, and we encourage people to exercise their First Amendment rights, but to do so safely. We realize there may be mass gatherings or marches or things of that nature, and we're supportive of that, but what we want to ask is that people don't engage in criminal activity or harmful behavior. I've got some of the partners here behind me, and I'm going to give them a chance to come up and have a few words, and I think we'll take some questions afterwards. So I'll introduce OSP Superintendent Terry Davey.
Good afternoon. I'm Terry Davey. I'm the Superintendent of the Oregon State Police, and I'm here today on behalf of the state faction of law enforcement to reassure Portlanders and all Oregonians that law enforcement is working together as we transition into next week, the election cycle. Not only are we working together in collaboration, but communication and planning is the key for all of us. So on behalf of your state troopers, we do not know what next week brings, but we have been working internally inside our organization to make sure every trooper is ready to go. They're prepared, they're here for all of Oregon, and if needed, we are here to assist and help our partners here at Portland Police Bureau and also the county with Multnomah County or any other area within Oregon that may need our assistance. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to listen today and to understand that in cooperation we are all here to reassure that we do have everyone's best interest in heart, and our goal is to ensure that individuals can gather and peacefully protest. And that is our number one goal, is to make sure people are safe. And also it is important property is also safe because our community needs us to be here to ensure that. So on behalf of the state police, thank you for allowing us to be here today. And I have the pleasure of introducing the Sheriff of Multnomah County, Mike Reese.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I want to first and foremost say that elections free of intimidation and violence are the hallmark of our democracy. And the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is dedicated to protecting our right to vote and to ensuring that people have safe and accessible processes during this election season. Law enforcement agencies are working together and with our local elections offices to ensure that voters feel welcome and safe as they drop ballots off, or if they have questions and need to go to the elections office. As already mentioned in media releases and by other folks, we don't have an identifiable threat at this time here in Multnomah County directed towards our elections. Regardless of that, we are stepping up visible patrols at ballot drop-off locations and election headquarters to ensure that people feel safe, and that if there is an issue, that we've got a quick response to that. I want to be really clear that voter intimidation, disruption, blocking access to ballot drop sites, preventing people from casting their ballots, any violence before or after the election will not be tolerated. We're going to have a physical presence with law enforcement agencies and other partners to ensure that our election process, both before the election and afterwards, is safe, and that we have enough resources in place to do that. I want to ask the community that if they have any reports of intimidation, interference, or threats towards voters, to call that in. So if you fear imminent violence, call 911. If it's not an emergency and you have a question, reach out to the elections office to make sure that your question is getting an answer. Make sure to document if you see something suspicious, document what you see and report that to the elections office or local law enforcement. We're going to continue to plan and to work with our partners right up through election and the week afterwards, again, to ensure that we have a safe process that people know they can depend on. We're going to support our elections office and people throughout Multnomah County as we vote and ensure our democracy is healthy and thriving. And it's my privilege to introduce District Attorney Mike Schmidt.
Thank you, Sheriff Reese. My name is Mike Schmidt, the Multnomah County District Attorney. And I want our community to know that my office and our criminal justice partners are fully prepared to protect every person's right to vote without interference. Coercion of any type will not be tolerated. And while it's too late to mail in your ballot, voters in Multnomah County should have confidence that official ballot dropping sites are safe. We won't tolerate anybody who attempts to intimidate voters. I encourage our community, as the sheriff said, to report suspicious activity involving voter tampering, fraud, or interference. Trust in our electoral process is vital. And when election day comes, no matter the results, we must remember that our community deserves to be safe. We know that there will be gatherings on election day leading up to and likely thereafter. And we know that as the results are tabulated and announced across our nation, some will be happy, while others will be disappointed or angry. If you're going to take to the streets to make your voice heard, let people know how you feel. Put it on signs, put it into chants, demonstrate in marches, but please do so safely. Remember that this is our community, a community we are proud of, a community that is tolerant of opposing viewpoints, but not afraid to vociferously argue. And remember that at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're not two-dimensional caricatures. Our opinions are nuanced and varied, and all should be valued and have a right to be heard. For those who incite violence or harm, my office stands prepared to hold you accountable. We have and will continue to collaboratively work with the Portland Police, the Sheriff, and the Oregon State Police to make sure that people who are committing assaults, property damage, looting are identified and ultimately arrested and prosecuted. Thank you. And with that, I think we'll open it up for questions.